So it's time for another spin on this Ask ML Fit Show thing. Welcome. If you're new to this, I appreciate you. Welcome to the Ask ML Fit Show. I'm Matt from Matt Lane Fitness. If you're new, it's exactly what it looks like. You ask your fitness questions, I fire back with the answers. If I don't know them, I'll tell you. But I'm going to dive into three questions that I pulled from that I love. Let's dive into them. If you have questions in the future, please drop yours down below in the comments here. I'd love to answer them. How long does it take for muscles to go away? We could read this at face value, or we could dive deeper in. I worked out on my core muscles and I have abs now. Okay, good for you. And I want to work out the other parts of my body. Awesome. Well-rounded approach. I used to do ab workout every day. Used to work abs every day. Got it. If I replace it with other things, will my abs go away? What things are we talking about? Because I haven't been working out as much. Okay, so let's talk about atrophy. So muscle going away, muscle breaking down or disappearing. That is typically 3+ weeks. It takes that long to do so. Now you might see that your muscles are smaller in that first 1 to 2 weeks, maybe even that third week, but that's just from lack of glycogen, that's lack of actual water being in the muscle and whatnot. But it takes about 3+ weeks to see a decrease in your strength and the muscle itself. So if you are still doing some sort of working out, assuming it's not just isolation movements, if you're doing compound movements, meaning multi-joints are being used, like the deadlift, the squat, the pull-up, the push-up, bench press, the whole nine, you're actually working your core with full body movements, with compound movements. So I don't know what you're doing, but I'm assuming you're not isolating your abs anymore, because it sounds like that's what you said. I don't know if you're doing multi-joint movements, but a lot of big movements involve the core. A lot of people that you see that have abs don't necessarily do isolation movements, meaning sit-ups, crunches, all that. Seeing the abs purely comes from a low body fat percentage, and everyone on the planet they have abs, they have the abdominals. You just don't see it because they have a layer of fat over it. So if you decrease that fat through a calorie deficit, you're going to start seeing those abs more. So if I replace it with other things, assuming it's compound movements, will my abs go away? No, they should not, because I haven't been working them out as much. So it also depends on what your sleep is like. What is your nutrition like? Are you getting enough calories? Are you getting enough protein? There are quite a few things that can play a role into this, but don't fear it disappearing in a matter of 3 weeks. If you just haven't been, if you're still working, if you're still moving, you're probably going to be fine. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Moving on. I recently got a home trainer machine and I feel pathetic. All right. Recently got some home trainer cardio machine. I would really like to know what it is, and realized I was getting very hot and fatigued after a minute. I feel pathetic, but we keep going. This isn't really a question, but I think it's important to make note that any new activity that you do, any new stimulus you invite to the body, it is okay to feel gassed or feel sore the next day or whatever. It's a new stimulus. If you've ever heard the concept of, oh man, I feel real sore from yesterday's workout, so that must mean that it was a good workout. It's not the case. It just means it's a new stimulus. You can do a certain workout, same reps, same sets, same weight, same everything. You can do that, take 2 months, 3 months away from it, come back, and still have been working out and whatnot. If you do that same routine, you can still feel sore from it. You can still feel fatigued from it. It's because it is a new stimulus for you as of right now. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel pathetic. As easy as it is for me to say, as easy as it is for me to say, you're picking things up, you're going, and it sounds like you have a positive outlook on it. We keep going. That's exactly right. It's not about being perfect. Just be better than yesterday every day. That whole corny thing that I always say. Best snacks to keep full. I feel like I've answered this a handful of times, but I'm going to do some rapid fire. I feel like sometimes I'll eat something and then get hungry 2 hours later. Typically, not always, but typically that means it's low in fiber, low in protein, or there's not much micronutrients in it. It could be quote unquote empty calories. Might be the selection of food, maybe. Considering I've been trying to scale back on my calorie intake, I've been looking into snacks to keep me fuller for longer, especially since I work 12-hour shifts at a warehouse. Got it. I've been trying protein bars, but those don't feel like the ticket. I agree. Most protein bars will just leave you feeling empty. But if you can get something high in protein, if you can get something high in fiber, that is the way to go. But what I will do is I will give you a rapid fire real quick. So you could do fruit smoothies, veggie smoothies, Greek yogurt, protein bars of certain types, popcorn. Skinny pop is a good one. So you want to shoot for something that doesn't have a crap load of calories, because popcorn alone, real good option. Cottage cheese with some sort of fruit. Blueberry would be a good decision. Whole eggs, nut butters. There's a lot of fat in there. And nuts and nut butters are mainly fats, but you're still getting a lot of good nutrition there. And full fat sour cream, I'd go with that too. So if you can mix that in anywhere, that's going to get you some protein, and that's what you want. Moving on to the next question. Where is it? Hold. Where are we at? There it is. All right, my bad. Okay. My weight loss is slow, and that is negligible. I've been eating under calorie deficit. Eating under calorie deficit? You've been eating in a calorie deficit. 1,250 calories, okay? Plus or minus 50. Working out, okay? I've been doing this for 2 months, good for you, straight. But as I didn't have weighing scale before, that's why I started tracking my weight 4 weeks ago. I've lost 4 pounds in 4 weeks. Okay, so you're 1 pound a week. That's right on the money. It's a good number. I even bought a food scale, as you guys advised, and found out my tracking volume tablespoons method was pretty accurate. Okay, good. I note everything that goes into my body. I drink coffee, tea with sugar. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat anything packaged. No sweets, no baked things, no ice cream. I don't even eat nuts. Okay, I only eat 2 to 3 salted peanuts whenever I feel I need salt. Okay, you're pretty dadgum strict. No changes in my clothes fitting. Negligible changes in inches. And I read posts where people just stopped drinking Coke/coffee and lost significant amount of weight. This is disheartening. 29-year-old female, 5'2", 83 to 84 kilos. All right, first and foremost, reading what other people have done and then comparing yourself to their progress is a losing strategy. Now, you can take what someone has done and draw inspiration and give it a shot. But just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean that it's the end of the world, doesn't mean that you should compare. Don't let that be disheartening. Fat loss or progress in fitness, progress in anything, is peaks and valleys. It is not a straight line to the progress that you want. I also want you to take into consideration, how long did it take you to put on the weight? Sounds like you've been consistent for a little while. To be honest with you, I would like to invite a little bit of flexibility, because that's going to make it even more sustainable. That's going to make it feel like not as much of a burden. But I like that you're tracking things and you're using the science behind it, but it sounds like you need a little bit of reprieve. Stick with those calories, but I'd start introducing some foods that are off limits, because when you introduce that, you give yourself some freedom and you don't make it feel as holy crap, this is difficult. It makes it a little bit more enjoyable. And if you're looking for any sort of fitness plan based in science and behavior change, it's exactly what I do. So look down below. I got the answer for you, baby. You don't have to be perfect at this Ask ML Fit thing. Just be better than yesterday. Every friggin' day.